Back with the tutorial. This is how I did my colorful skull. Some of you guys might have seen it on Instagram or Facebook. And let's get started. I am taking a white eyeliner pencil and mapping out where I want the features of the skull to go. I'm using white because it's easier to cover once I start coloring it in, but use whatever color you have. If you have eyeliner pencil, brown, black, whatever. From time to time, you're going to see me looking to the side because I have a reference picture up of a skull. You might want to do the same thing and map out where the features of the skull are going to go on your face because everybody's face is different. I'm also coloring it in where the eyeshadow is going to go because I want the colors to come out really vibrant and bright. So that's what I'm doing here. And also mapping out where the teeth are going to go. One thing I kept in mind of the skull's teeth is I wanted them to be as symmetrical as possible and stop in the same areas. So I kind of just looked at my eyes in reference to where they would stop on each side. Now taking this brush that I got from BH Cosmetics, I'll link below the website where I got this specific brush from. It's kind of a dense, fluffy brush. If you have one similar to that, it really doesn't really matter. So you can use pretty much whatever brush you have. And I'm putting a blue color on the top and bottom of my eye. I'm using a black eyeliner to color around the eyes. But I should have used eyeshadow instead of eyeliner because it was pretty hard to blend in. So if you have eyeshadow, I would suggest using that one instead. Now taking a black paint and I'm going in to the negative space where it's kind of like not supposed to be there, I guess, or like empty space of the skull, I believe. And I'm taking white paint. This white paint I got from Mayron. It's a grease-based paint, and it is awesome because it shows up really white. That's what I like about it. That's why I like using that paint for these types of looks. And going in and coloring in each tooth. Taking a small brush and the black color from Snazaroo and going in between each tooth. Time for the fun part. Now we're coloring our skull. Use whatever colors you like. I'll go ahead and link the palette that I used below. I got it off of Amazon. And I'm using a fluffy brush because I wanted the colors to fade into each other. Feel free to use whatever brush you want. If you want the colors to fade in, you might want to get a fluffy brush like I am. If you want them to have lines, whatever you want your skull to look like is great. I would love to see it if you do one. And so that's why I'm using a fluffy brush. I'm using a big fat one. That way they can, blend in together nicely, bleed together. So I'm going with a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then like a dark violet purple. I'm using colors that have a little bit of shimmer on them because I wanted my skull to kind of look a little bit like it's glowing as well. So you can see how the colors like they kind of just fade into one another instead of having lines. Here I am switching brushes because I wanted the colors to come out a little bit more vibrant. Now I'm shading. The more shading you have on your skull, the better or the more 3D it will look. So if you're not looking for like a 3D skull, maybe you might want to stop here and just continue on coloring the chin area and the nose. But I wanted my skull to look kind of like 3D-ish, if you will. So I'm using a black color and a small little fluffy brush to go around and shade in areas that I thought needed shading. Here we are taking that dark purple, going in and coloring in the chin, and then fading that upward where you see kind of like where it goes towards my ear. I'm fading that into like a lighter blue. So I'm using dark purple right where the chin area is, and then a lighter blue on top. Yeah, it looks a lot different in person. Like in person, it's a lot more colorful. Out of the color, the camera does the color no justice. So here I am again going over the colors and coloring in the nose. I'm using black right now to go ahead and color in the nose to kind of make it look like a negative space, and then right on top of that I'm adding a blue because I wanted the nose to kind of look like it was part of the whole entire scene as opposed to it just being not there. So I am shading, and also too I just want to remind you that highlight is also as important as shading. So in a little bit, you're gonna see me add white paint and highlight areas that I needed highlighting. Here I am extending the teeth just to make them look a little bit more like they're coming out of the skull. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and take a smaller brush, and I'm gonna take some black and I'm gonna go over the teeth on the side. You're gonna see me fade that in. So the only teeth that are gonna be really, really white are the ones that are right on my lips. Real quick, if you're wondering about the noise in the background, it's my kids. They're watching cartoons. It's their cartoon time. Here I am adding a little bit of highlight, and that's going to go over the teeth. As you see, like you can see me adding little C shapes to the teeth. Also, I'm adding white paint and using my finger to dab it out over my eye because I wanted my eyes to kind of look like they were glowing. Also doing that to my cheeks, my forehead, and my chin. Then we go ahead and finish off the look by adding black paint to the chin and the ears. I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. If you try it for yourself, please let me know.